On this episode of Modern Greaser, I'm going to show you all the wonderful things about this Porsche 996. All right, in this episode of Modern Greaser, we are looking at a 2003 Porsche 996. Hold on, let's pause for a second. It's not a 2003 Porsche 996. There's something right here I want you to look at. Something I can stick my arm in. Something I've got a pretty small head. I could probably fit my pretty small head in there. This is a Porsche 996 Turbo, baby. This is a good friend of mine's car, and the first initial thought of a video is I want to be on a bike and I want to be going over a ramp and doing a sweet ass jump. Because this car is freaking sweet and I love it. This car is turbocharged, and the thing is we were just filming the drive around shots on this, and I was looking up in the sky like this as if I was looking at a UFO. And my buddy Chad, who was driving the car, knew exactly what I was talking about, because it sounds like a freaking UFO is landing on you, because the turbos are screaming. Not one, but two turbos are screaming their little heads off. And that's what I love about this car. It's hard to get this on camera. It's hard to get the audio to make it sound the way that this sounds in actual person. But this thing is a ripper, and it is pretty sweet. So this thing has got some bad to the bone. Well, let me start out with this. This car is seal gray. Let's just get through that. So it's seal gray, came from Michigan. My buddy drove it on a road trip down here to Florida with his dad. What a great experience to do that. So if you know anything about the 964, where everybody was saying it was the ugly duckling, people were saying that about the 996, where it had the droopy egg syndrome, where it has the, you know, not the typical Porsche light where it kind of droops down in, where it looks like the broken egg, because some of the other ones have the turn signals where they're orange, right? And it looks a little funky, and people are like, oh, I don't really think that's cool, whatever. So it is going to be a short period of time before this 996 is going to be as collectible as the 964. The 964 is gone through the roof in terms of cars and collectability. And does anybody really care about this droopy egg thing? I don't think so. I think it looks awesome, and I'm sure a lot of people do. Doug DeMuro has talked about this car and how if he could spend money on a car, that this would be the one, and lots of other people. For the money you're investing to get into a Porsche, this is where you want to be. A lot of these have gone up, and this is still one that is obtainable. And that's why we're talking about this. If you're looking for a car that gets you a lot of bang for the buck, bing, 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 bing. So you can get a 100 horsepower increase with a little tune and exhaust on this, and you're freaking tearing it up like a crazy man. What is crazy about this 996 is that with a tune and exhaust, you can be running 500 horsepower, 500 plus horsepower, and you'll be running with exotics. This thing is wicked fast, and a lot of these have all-wheel drive. This one has been converted to rear-wheel drive because we all know that is way more fun and way better, and this thing plants it and it sticks it and it goes, because if you're a Porsche guy, a lot of these Porsches are all-wheel drive. This one has a wave track differential put into it, so it's rear wheel. So with the motor over the rear wheels, it sticks and she goes. There's no one tire fire. It's two wheels burning ass down the road. Pardon my French. So if you got another 2 grand a wheel, 8,000 a set. You can get these fixed wheels that are on here. They are liquid cool. If I got a bottle of cool and I doused it on myself, that would be those. This car is equipped with 997 brake rotors, and as you can see, they take up the entire wheel dish. When you look in, all you see is metal, and that is one of the upgrades that you should absolutely think about getting. So another special thing about this car, it has the GT2 spoiler, and it's got air ducts that go into the engine. And you might say, oh yeah, because it's an air-cooled engine, it needs that. Well, this might be one of the things where the 996 guys get all their drawers in a bunch, because this car is actually liquid cooled. Oh, in the Porsche community where they like to keep everything the same, that is another wrench into the system, but it won't be long before every single one of you are going, why did I not buy a 996 when I had the chance? I'm right about that. On Modern Greaser, I don't know that much about Porsches. I don't know that much about supercars, but I can tell you some really cool stuff. Number one, that right there, my friends, is the Porsche Emblem. These are the headlights. Ooh, windshield wipers. Is that a turn signal bulb? On this particular vehicle, those little silver gems pop up, spray fluid all over the headlights, keep your headlights clean. As you can imagine, the blinker fluid and these Porsche 996s are expensive. Thank you for joining us on yet another episode of Modern Greaser, where we got to take this 996 out, and my buddy Chad actually let me drive this thing, and it is an insane, it's probably, well, I shouldn't say probably, it is the fastest car I have ever driven. And it's not just me, the guys over at P-Car Talk, their minds are constantly being blown about how cool this is. They're like, dude, Chad, we gotta go take your car, we've gotta talk about it. They are actually putting a video out about this same car, and they've got some drone footage. It's gonna be sweet, and they actually know what they're talking about, where I just pretend to know what I'm talking about and trick my friends into letting me drive their awesome car. So get over there if you wanna know real factual stuff and hear some of the insider stuff. They've got a great podcast and a YouTube show. So if you're wondering what the license plate Zonfi means, it means tooth fairy in German. So I'll just let you think about that for my friend Chad's profession. But this thing's an absolute beast. So if you're looking for a really cool car, don't go buy a yellow Lamborghini. Nobody wants who wants a yellow Lamborghini? Nobody. Get yourself a 996. It is the best bang for your frickin' buck. I'll catch you later. Oh, hey there. You caught me meditating in one of my favorite places, in the back of an X5 diesel. I actually rode all the way up, well, I didn't ride anywhere. I flew all the way up to Atlanta, Georgia with my buddy that owns a 996 to buy this beast. And this thing is wicked sweet. You know why? Because it's a diesel, it's burning dinosaur bones. And you know what else about it that's really, really cool? It's the fact that he has this thing tuned. This thing sounds like a rocket ship like that one too. So on an upcoming episode of Modern Greaser, you might see this. Ow!